Good afternoon, everyone. Today I will talk about water worlds. The universe is full of mysteries, and it is our ultimate spiritual cultivation to uncover those mysteries. So this is the first important diagram. The universe is full of stars, and all the stars have their planetary systems, just like our sun. And those planets come with different size and mass. So if you were to plot the mass of the planet versus the radius of the planet, they more or less fall along this mean sequence. It's like a cosmic river. And the take-home message of this slide is cutoff, that we have uncovered two cutoffs along this cosmic river. And we think these two cutoffs are due to shock wave-driven escape that is induced by the host stellar photons. This is the data. So if you plot the mass and radius, you can see that in our solar system, we do not have these types of planets. We have Uranus and Neptune, we have Jupiter and Saturn, which are very massive, and then we have these tiny rocky planets, which are down here. But we don't have these intermediate sized planets. And from our theory, we think these intermediate sized planets, they consist of primarily water, H2O. So if you compare that to human body, our human body is also mostly H2O. So it makes sense to a certain extent. And you may think these planets as living beings. Okay. And then there is a phase transition occurring here. There's another phase transition that's occurring among these gas giants, this cutoff. And we think the mechanism which caused these cutoff are as follows. If you have a planets which are bombarded by the host star photons, you have different layerings in the planetary atmosphere. You have a transonic front, you have a dissociation front, and what happens is that when you increase the stellar photon level to a critical flux, these two fronts touch, and then they form a shock front. More precisely, three fronts touch: the collisional front, the dissociation front, and the transonic front. So the take-home message of this slide is, this is a trinity. Three fronts merge into one to form a shock front. And the shock front drive this escape flux of hydrogen atom. So our universe is such a wonderful universe because the simplest atom, hydrogen, combined to form this hydrogen molecule. And under appropriate condition, it can be separated into atom again with the aid of stellar photon. This is the more detailed quantum mechanical calculation. Okay, I want to recite this text from Buddha's original language, Pali. Sabapapasa akaranam kusalasa upasampada sachita parayudapanam etam buddhanam sasanam. So, non-doing of all that is evil, upholding all that is good, purifying one's own mind, that is Buddha's teaching. The most deep message is purifying one's own mind. There is a deep connection between mind and reality. I give one example. Wolfgang Pauli and Carl Jung, they had this conversation. They think there is a deep connection. And the more years I spend in astronomy, the more I tend to agree with that. More light. Thank you.